Hello guys and welcome to this video. We're going to be comparing the subject of pay to win in FC25 and also UFL because it's something I've been asked about a lot. I've seen people saying UFL's pay to win. Obviously we all know FC is pay to win and it has been for many years. So we're going to be doing a bit of a deep dive into the ins and outs, of which of these games is more accessible and fair to play overall. So if you enjoy this style of video, please do leave a like. Any questions or thoughts, put your input down below. I'd be interested to see you guys comment and I'll get back to you. We can have a discussion about which game you prefer and all that stuff. But hopefully you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new and let's get into it. If you need the cheapest FC25 coins to build your super team, then check out MMOEXP by clicking the link down below and use code JambooUK for 5% off. Okay, so we'll start off by talking about FC25 and I guess FIFA, as a whole for the last 10 plus years, however long it's been, more than that actually, 2009 when Ultimate Team started. We all know that this game is very pay to win. And when I say pay to win, I'm not talking about the actual impact the players make. I'm not talking about an R9 compared to a Rashford in terms of ability. What I'm trying to talk about here is what it actually takes and how much you have to spend in order to get the best team in the game. So the best team in the game on FC, for example, is going to be, your R9 and Pele up front and pull it in midfield. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to grind to get the best team possible. This right here is my own account and I've actually played a lot more than I think. I barely touch this account anymore. I did play a hell of a lot at the start of the game on it. We can have a look at how many games I've played and stuff. This is my team. I think I spent around £80 at the start of the game on draft. We can have a look at my draft record. I can't actually remember how I was getting on back then when I was learning the game. But obviously you get your rewards like from draft, right? So 120 wins, 17 losses. I was winning a lot of drafts, getting the rewards. Obviously that is a way to improve your team on FC. You're able to get rewards. The issue with it is even if you're getting the best rewards in the game, let's say on a good day you get a rank 1, 15-0 in champs. You can make a lot of coins. I would say on average you're probably making around 400 to 500k for a rank 1 and then you're probably getting an icon which is not going to be one of the best players in the game but may improve your team. And I guess it is different between FC and UFL because FC is a yearly cycle and EA don't want you after X amount of time having the best team in the game. I don't think without spending money on FC, it is even possible. It just isn't. It's not possible to get the best team in the game on FC. Like, the best team in the game. You can get pretty close to it, after team of the season and stuff, if you're doing all the menu grinds, all the champs rewards, all the other rewards available. But it is so hard. As you can see, this is my team right here, which at the time of recording this is probably well below the actual power curve. It's not a great team at all. And if you have a look at how much that I've actually played, it's quite a lot. And I'm a good player on the game. I've had top rewards, elite division rewards, everything. We've played nearly 700 games. And that is the team that we've got. And obviously for me, I've not sat on the menu grinding and stuff like that. Like, my team could be better. But it would be significantly better if we'd spent a lot of money. But the issue with FC is you can quite literally, like, I've worked it out and I've seen posts about it before, you could quite literally spend £10,000 on this game, ripping open in packs, and you still wouldn't be able to afford the best team in the game. And I want to hear your opinion on it because I think it was a few years ago, EA actually spoke about it, and they said something like it's not realistic in football to field a team of the best 11 players in the world, and that's why it's so hard to do it on their game, which I thought was a pretty ridiculous response. But the point stands that is outrageous. Like, there's one thing, having the microtransactions and being able to spend and get a better team, but if you're able to spend 10k real life money and still not be able to afford the best team, that is a serious issue. And I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Like, where do you think my team is at? You know, for someone that's played 700 games on this account, achieving some of the top rewards in the game, I feel like this team is really bad. And like I say, I could have done more. However, like that's nuts to me. Like, we've got a couple of good players in there, of course. Like the Raul, he's okay. Neymar's obviously cheap. Like, the market's low. What I will say with FC, it's very, very easy to get a decent team where you can actually compete, but it is impossible to get the best team in the game. So that is the FC system, which I've not been a fan of for a long time. I think it's so revolved, you know, around the casino packs and that sort of thing. But what we'll do is we'll jump over to UFL and I'll explain that system. It'll be relevant even if you don't play UFL. You can quickly learn a bit when I speak about it, about how the system works, and we'll get into that now. Okay, so we are on UFL, and I will show you guys my team. There was actually some Reddit posts and stuff about me and my team. People weren't a fan of it. You know, they see my team and they scream pay to win, right? Which, obviously, if you saw a team like this within a couple of weeks of FC coming out, like relatively, of course, like 90 plus players everywhere, you would be screaming pay to win, but it might not exactly be what you think. So, obviously, in FC, we spoke about the system of being able to get better cards, and that is through rewards and the market and the casino packs. With UFL, you can actually take any player in the game and turn them into a 91. At the minute, 91's the max rating. It'll probably be raised at some point. But you can, just by playing games, and you do have to play a lot of games now. It was less during the early access of UFL. I think now, you know, you would have to play literally like a couple of thousand games, you know, to max a really low rated player out. But the point is, it can be done. You can achieve, you know, a top team. So this is my team, which is absolutely insane. Mbappe, Haaland, Messi. We've got some of the best players. I've played, I'll show you the amount of games that I've played. So as you can see, I'm currently in the top division. I'm ranked number 3 in the world. We have played a grand total, what's that, like 260, 270 games? And that is my team compared to FC. So in terms of the spend, FC, what did I say? I'd spent around £80. I've spent around £100 on UFL. So the difference there is staggering. Absolutely staggering. Like, when people say that this game is like more pay to win than FC, I honestly cannot take it serious. I think it's in a completely different universe. You know, the way that you're able to get a top team on here is so much more affordable than FC. It is genuinely not even close. £100 I've spent with a lot of grinding, by the way. And like I say, during the early access, it was a lot easier to level up your players, gain this thing called RP. So basically, the thing that stops you pay to winning on this game is, you see when you go to buy a player here, you see the RP that it costs and then the CP it costs. You need both of them to buy a player. So CP is the currency you can buy. I believe it's 250 million CP that you're able to buy for around £30. So a Ronaldo is priced at around £30. However, you cannot buy him unless you have the RP, which you can only earn by playing the game. So it is not a case on UFL where you could load up £500 and just go and buy the best team in the game. You physically cannot do it because of the RP cap. You have to play the game and earn your way to be able to get the players. So in terms of the pay to win of UFL, completely different to FC. Now, don't get me wrong, you do tend to have the RP more available than what you would have the CP. So for me, the reason I've spent that £100 is because I had enough RP to get some good players, but I didn't quite have enough of all the CP. So I did spend that £100, you know, able to get the players, but I've still absolutely grinded to be able to get that RP. So the system, in my opinion, it's not even close. You know, which game's more pay to win. I think FC is in a completely different league. like I say, 270 games or something that I've played of this. Maybe a bit more than that. I played 15 for the weekend league mode as well. But yeah, it's really it's staggering, the difference, in my opinion. I get the frustration of people for UFL, you know, that didn't play during the early access and stuff, and they missed out on a lot of the boosted, you know, XP, because it is a lot harder right now to grind your players up. But even so, you can go free to play on UFL just by playing the game. Not all this menu grinding, all that stuff. You can go free to play and you can end up with an absolutely elite team. So I wanted to make this video, you know, just out of interest. I've been really enjoying playing UFL. I've been disenchanted, you know, with FC for a while, but I know a lot of you guys will only play FC, some of you will only play UFL, and a lot of you will play both as well. So do let me know your thoughts. I just thought it was an interesting video to make and a bit of an eye-opener, really. You know, the fact you can spend £10,000 on FC and not have the best team in the game, whereas UFL, you can actually free to play and go and get yourself, or not even free to play, you know, if you want to spend a bit of money on a free to play game, you can, and you're able to get a team like this. You know, £100 I've spent, let that sink in, and this is my team. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this different style of video. I would appreciate a like if you made it this far. I will catch you on the next one, and peace.